that brings you raw and original takes on a wide range of sports and entertainment. It's your boy Henny Drake.
John.
And this is the Fan Perspective. And we don't got all the facts.
Nope.
But we all gonna keep it 100 with all the opinions that we do give.
100 add a 0, 1,000.
Episode 61, man.
61.
Got a special guest.
Special guest, you know.
First out of town, right?
I think he's from New York or whatever, but first fellow podcaster that we, getting on the show today. That we usually bring family or someone we know, but today's a little different. You know what I'm saying? Step out the box a little bit, network, as I say. You know what I'm saying? So that's what we're gonna do today. You know what I'm saying? Talk about the big NFL playoffs that we had so far. So good. I mean, so far, like, these shit's been good, man.
Yeah, real entertaining.
Real entertaining, you know what I'm saying? We got big James Harden, Trey, you know what I'm saying? So we got some stuff to talk about for sure.
We're gonna get into it.
Definitely gonna get into it and a lot more, you know what I'm saying?
From the All Even podcast.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? We're gonna bring him in right quick. We're gonna let him introduce himself.
For sure, that's what we do.
You know what I'm saying?
For sure, yeah. For our special guest, you know what I mean? I interact with him on Instagram, you know what I mean? He do his thing. Him is All Even podcast, you know what I mean? The one and only Barry Graham Jr., man.
Yes, sir.
What's up, fellas? How y'all doing, man? I'm glad to be here, man. I love y'all show, so I've been waiting to get on this, man.
Yeah, for sure. Appreciate it for sure. But, introduce yourself, though, too. I know I introduced you, but introduce yourself now, brother.
Yeah, man. Barry Graham Jr., host of the All Even podcast. The channel is getting there. It's getting there. We getting some traction. You definitely check my page on IG at All Even Podcast, or I'm on Twitter. I'm on YouTube like y'all. So I'm just trying to grow like y'all, man. Like I said, man, I really appreciate y'all. I love the channel. I love the content that you guys have on IG. So it's always a back and forth, and I definitely appreciate it, man.
Yeah, no doubt. Now you from New York, though? What part of New York you from?
Yeah, man. I'm actually I was born in Brooklyn, but then I moved to Queens when I was young. So I grew up in Rosedale.
Okay.
I grew up in Rosedale, man. So then I moved to Long Island. Trying to get a crib out here. Now I live in Oceanside. I bought a house out here. So
okay.
It was funny to live out there because I took a chance to check out your podcast and see what's going on. It really be Johnny that be on the Instagram, doing his thing.
Yeah, for sure.
John always in the live, man. I appreciate it.
Yeah, no doubt. Like I said, it's all about networking, you know what I'm saying, and just showing love to each other, you know what I mean?
Nah, definitely, man. We gotta hold each other down, bro.
For sure, absolutely.
You watch the show, you go on the jokester, but I checked out the video. Did anybody tell you like Jesus nice, man? No, I was watching because I was listening to the podcast itself is it was interesting to me. I actually learned something from it. It's very structured. You talk well.
Right.
You definitely know your facts because and it's impressive because it's a one-man show.
Right. I'm telling you, man. Like it's. I remember when I started it because like I went to school for this. Like, I went to the Connecticut School of Broadcasting. And once I graduated, I had a couple homies that was in the class, and we was trying to get our own thing. Like I actually started something with my boy, but then it didn't materialize the right way. So I was like, you know what? Let me go ahead and try this on my own. You know what I'm saying? And then COVID hit, and everything was just all over the place, right? I wasn't thinking about doing no podcast. I was thinking about doing nothing. So my boy, he was like, yo, let me get you, let's kind of brainstorm some ideas about like the name of your show and what you're going to do. I'm like, all right. He put some stuff on a paper and then kind of left it there on the back burner for like probably a month. So I went back to him. I was like, yo, bro, you remember that paper that you had? Like, read off those names to me. Because I want to hear which one actually going to stick. So he was reading off. He's like, oh, about Let It Fly? I'm like, nah, I don't like that. He's like, what about All Even? I'm like, that sound it don't mean nothing.
It rolled off the tongue. Cool though.
You know what I'm saying? Like when you hear the name, it's just like, okay. You know what I'm saying? So that's how it started. And then, my boy, John, fucking Mike Guido. Mike Guido's there. He went to school with me.
That's what I say. He went to school too.
Yeah, he was always doing his thing like on a solo tip. So he would always hit me up like, bro, like, just do it by yourself. Like, don't worry about like doing it with a co-host, because the thing with this is that you can always do it with a co-host. It's always better to get like two perspectives, right? Like sometimes it gets listening to one voice. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But what it also does is that it prepares you to be able to do a show by yourself. You know what I'm saying? So like if you practice that, you're able to do that by yourself without saying, damn, son, like, I ain't got my co-host today. What the hell am I gonna do? How am I gonna fill this segment? I'm gonna, you know what I mean? So it's like, it's always good to just experiment with, like, you guys got a nice thing going. You don't have to take that advice, but it's always probably good to even just practice to see if you can do a segment or like a full hour show by yourself, because then you know that, all right, cool. Like you can be able to kind of like do different things at the same time. You know what I'm saying? You can be able to create a different channel here. I could do this here, and then we just put everything together. So that's basically what me and Guido were doing. Like he got his own thing. He got his Guido Gridiron podcast about football. I got my All Even podcast, and then we have the new show with the guests that we call All Even Exclusive. So All Even Live Exclusive, where we had we interviewed Martine Grammatica.
Right, that's a big interview right there. That was a big interview.
It was tough, man. It was tough. Yeah. And this week we got my man Josh Powell coming on.
So I say, I saw that from Lakers. That's big, man. That's what's up.
Like, you know,
congrats on that, man. For sure.
Thank you. So you know, it's all coming together, man. I try to be as insightful, and you got to put in some comedy in it too. Like, you know, sports sells itself. It's all about like, okay, cool. You got stats, you got your opinion, but you know, everybody can do that. You gotta bring your own thing to it. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
And whether people like it or they don't like it, if they tune in, I'm all good for it. You know what I mean? I'm cool.
Right. Now you got the dummy of the day, right?
Yeah, dummy of the week.
Dummy of the week. Yeah. Like I said, that's what we try to bring. That's why we said fan perspective. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, man.
We always had the fam name. You know what I'm saying? Me and my nephew got together, you know what I mean? And we went through names. The same thing. Like I said, we started right before COVID. We started in November.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? The week of Thanksgiving, you know what I'm saying? So
this is probably when COVID.
Right, that's when COVID probably started.
COVID was already out there. We ain't know.
It was already in the streets, right.
Sure.
You know what I'm saying? And then we started and we built from there. And, you know, COVID didn't stop us, you know what I mean? It probably paused us for a little bit. Yeah. But we still kept recording, you know what I'm saying, and building.
Yeah. We always try to keep ideas too, to stay versatile too.
Have to. Yeah,
at least keep the idea out there, even if we don't come to fruition. We're at least thinking about what can we possibly do. Because being the fam, because the fam is not only the show, it's actually the fam. It's building blocks, you know, like like the Simmonses and the Wayneses and all of that. You know what I'm saying?
That's what we trying to build. That's
what's up, man.
That's what our whole page and our whole channel is about too. Like we're gonna have other content from other people. You know what I mean? Like I said, it's about the fam. So show them love. You know, my cousin was gaming. My nephew just started gaming. Mm-hmm. My other cousin, you know, about to do cooking stuff. You know what I'm saying? We building. You know what I'm saying?
Nah, that's important, man. You got to bring everybody along. You know what I'm saying? Absolutely. Like you can't be doing big things and everybody just on the sidelines not doing their own thing. Like give them a platform so they can be able to shine too. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
So you know that's always important, man. It's always important.
Yeah, for sure.
That's what I you know the whole thing with this COVID thing, like it gave people like inspiration and motivation. Like like if you didn't create something, create a business, whatever it is during this time where you actually not doing much, you ain't never gonna do shit.
That's a fact.
Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Like, so, you know, anybody that's just sitting on their ass is just like, I don't know what to tell you, man.
You gotta stay hustling. That's how you meet people like this.
Right.
Exactly. You know what I'm saying? Just different cities connecting. You know what I'm saying?
For sure. That's what I'm saying. And at the same time, like you were saying, I forgot what we were just talking about, but like I said, just connecting and just building your brand, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Getting bigger and stuff like that, for sure, you know what I'm saying? And just like you said, I'm working, you know what I mean? We both do different things for the podcast, but we try to hold our own weight, you know what I mean?
Exactly.
Build it.
Build
it and stuff, for sure. But yeah, like I said, that Dramatica, man, like I said, I was laughing because, Mike, he sounded and looked at the part, man. I ain't gonna lie, you know what I'm saying? I was laughing. I like, my boy sharp, clean.
Or you seen him, right? He cleaned up for the interview.
Well, he got super clean, right. I was like, he interviewed for ESPN for something, for sure.
He put on a nice polo. I'm like, oh man, you showed off right now.
Exactly, that's what I said. That's exactly what I said. I started laughing. I said, that's what it do though. Just like my nephew said though, y'all talk good and properly and y'all do your thing together, especially, you know what I'm saying? You by yourself, obviously, but then when you bring in other people and other people you network with, I see, everyone know what they talking about. And like you said, we bring in our perspective because everybody knows sports. You know what I'm saying? But like we said, we talk different styles. Everybody got different styles, and that's what you got to bring to the table. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly. And that's what I like about y'all show because it's different. You know what I'm saying? It's not that, it's not just sports. Y'all mix up everything else in it.
It's not very structured,
Yeah,
it's a little bit leaning off the Hennessy.
I ain't gonna lie to you, man. Sometimes I prefer organized chaos than just organized shit. You know what I'm saying? Like if it makes sense up here to you, that's fine. You know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, who am I to tell you what your structure looks like? You know what I'm saying? Like you got your own plan, you got your own thing going on. You'll just go with that because it works. It works. You know what I'm saying?
Now, we still do our thing and try to have a little what we're talking about, but it leads to this. You always left sometimes.
Listen, it always goes left because me and Guido, we would try to get some type of structure, and then he'll say something crazy, and I just like, nah, we're gonna have to talk about this for like a half hour. Right. So, it's fine, man. It's always cool, man. Like I said, I love y'all show. I'm always laughing. Y'all have good guests on. Y'all have good topics. Like I like what y'all do, man. I like what y'all do.
Appreciate it.
Yes, sir.
What has your experience been with podcasting though, and like where do you see yourself going like in the future with it?
So that's a good question, man. Honestly, like I never really even thought that far. Like the hardest thing for me was starting it. You know what I'm saying? And then once I got into it, I'm like, all right, cool. I got a little rhythm here. But I never really had a vision for it. You know what I'm saying? Until like I think I got to like episode 30. And I was like, I kind of know what I'm doing now in regards to like structure and putting things together. And I'm like, all right, the next step is going to be try to get some guests on the show. Then it turned into, okay, well, maybe I can be able to try to get a live streaming show or like a Zoom show where I get some guests on. So it just kept going. It just kept building, but it was never like a goal or I had this mapped out from day one. You know what I'm saying? Because like, you never really know where it's going to take you. You just kind of like put in the work. And then when you lift your head up, you say, oh, all of this is in front of me. Okay, let me try this. Let me try that. Let me try that.
You just lighten the spark up.
Exactly. Because at the end of the day, think about it. If we would have started this, you started, fan perspective. I started All Even podcast, and it doesn't materialize, right? It's trash on both ends. All the planning that we had in our head kind of messed us up because that I never do things like that. I think people who plan too much ahead kind of get ahead of themselves. You know what I'm saying? Because you're not worrying about the little minute steps that you gotta take to get to the bigger picture. You're just thinking about the bigger picture all the time. You know what I'm saying? And people, I think a lot of people get lost with that, man. I kind of call it like confused. It's like a confused state where it's like, bro, you got to learn how to walk before you run. You know what I'm saying? You can't be thinking about, I'm going to do this here, but how are you getting there? Like, what are the steps that you're taking to build to that particular level? Because if you can't answer that question, you ain't never going to get there.
Right. You know what I'm saying? Myself in that days often.
But it's easy to get there though. It's easy to be like, all right, cool, I'm a dead. But then you get caught up in like, wait. So let me take a step back. Let me try to kind of map out the small steps first, and then I can be able to realize what's going on. It's human nature. We always do that. We always think big picture first. You know what I'm saying? But we gotta take those little steps because the little steps, the grind. That's where, that's where it's fun. You know what I'm saying? That's where you kind of appreciate it. And by the time you get to that bigger picture, you're prepared for it. You know what I'm saying?
That's a fact, yeah. That's definitely a fact. Cause you definitely, like I said, I know like you said, like he said, you definitely sometimes get in that daze and you take 10 steps, but you gotta get to 3 first before you get to 10. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
So I definitely catch myself in that. But you know what I'm saying, it humbled me real quick because, like I said, when you first started, I ain't gonna lie, I thought it was gonna be bigger, quicker. You know what I'm saying? Because you just thinking like, I'm about to do my thing. People know who I am. People know they mess with us.
Yeah.
Podcast popping too. Like
right.
Since quarantine and all that podcast been up. Mm-hmm.
Right. You know what I'm saying? Then that less the episode I get less views, you be like, damn, white people ain't messing. You know what I'm saying? You be like, oh man,
it's always doing what is good too.
I remember when I think I did my first 2 or 3. Right, I'm checking. I have my joints on SoundCloud or whatever, but I'm checking the views. I'm just like, okay, it says 2. It says 2 views. Like, so, and then I'm hitting on my people's like, yo, are you listening? You look, oh yeah, I'm gonna listen to it later. But what I realized after a while, your homies will listen, but sometimes it's not for them neither. Like sometimes they don't want to hear that, and it's like, okay. You gotta get out of your way sometimes. You can't hold it against them in regards to like, oh, they not listening to the show or you know what I mean, whatever. Like you just gotta keep grinding. And that's what I started doing. I stopped worrying about who's watching my show or which one of the homies is paying attention or whatever it is. I'm just grinding. You know what I'm saying?
You gotta grab a phone, go to YouTube, and click on your joint.
Let me see the phone for a second. Subscribe.
Listen, like I said, some of them low view ones, I'll be like feeling sick at work. I'll be like, you know what? I'm gonna send it to 10 people, the YouTube link to 10 people. So they gotta tap on it. They gotta tap on it, man. You know what I'm saying?
Well, listen, you gotta, the thing with this that I've learned too is that you gotta be patient. You also got to be very, very persistent, right? Because hindsight 2020. Look, here's the thing: the podcasts that we like, right? Whichever ones you watch or listen to or whatever, they didn't just start. They probably on year 5.
That's what I've been noticing a lot on YouTube.
Year 7. So it's like when you think about that, it kind of brings you back down to earth. It kind of makes you calm a little bit, like. All right, it's not so bad. You know what I'm saying? Like,
right.
Yeah, like we gotta build. Because think about it, y'all on what's this, episode 53, 54? Like y'all
61, yeah, 61. Yeah.
There you go. You see what I'm saying? I'm getting on episode 50. These people got 300 episodes, 600 episodes, 1,000,
1,500.
Yeah, 1,500. So it's like, they went through the same struggle that we did.
Yeah.
Now, obviously, a lot of people. They had a name before they started, so they had a little following and it got bigger. But you can do the same thing. You know what I'm saying? You build your following slow. And then once that wave come, all it takes is one particular person that got some money or got some clout.
That's a fact. Now once you know who you know.
You know what I'm saying? It's just like, I like this. And that's it. You out of here. You know what I mean? So, it's all about patience, man. And the talented people, the persistent people, they understand that, and they just understand the grind, and it's all about just waiting your time. It's just waiting your time.
It's a fact. Yeah, that's like I said. This podcast definitely showed me, to have patience, more patience. And I ain't gonna lie to you.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Yeah. Patience and dedications. You know what I'm saying? Because like I said, we film every Tuesday. You know what I mean? Faithfully, like I said, for a year and some change. You know what I mean? And I take dedication, a couple hours a day, you know what I mean? Yes, and then the preparation, then if I do fam lines or he do other small little videos or whatever, then him working on the videos, you know what I'm saying? Me working on the Instagram, like it takes some work, man.
Yeah, it takes a lot of work, man. It takes a lot of work. Like I remember, I think one of my boys had hit me one day and he was like, yo, who's helping you with your IG page? He said, you got like an assistant? I'm like, nah, I ain't got no assistant. It's all me. He was like, yo, you post all that shit all day? I'm like, yeah, man. He was like, I don't know if I could be able to do that. Like you up on the latest news, like everything that drop is already on your page.
Right.
Like, it takes work, bro. Like you gotta be on top of this shit 24/7. You know what I'm saying? Like,
you my phone right here. You know what I'm saying?
I'm thinking about getting a second line just for this shit. You know what I'm saying? Just to do that. You know what I mean? And don't even worry about the other phones. It's like, but that's what the business is. Like people that are in media, they don't sleep. You think dudes like Woj, his phone stay on. He don't sleep.
What?
Don't sleep, man.
It's like you said, he got more than one phone.
Yeah, he probably got like 4 of them joints, bro.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
I seen one podcast where they was interviewing one of the analysts, and they had caught some breaking news on their phone quick, and they was like, "Yeah, I gotta go."
I've been on your show, Pat McAfee.
Yeah.
Pat McAfee. He got the one dude that be on there. He's like, "Yeah, I gotta go." And that's how I be. Sometimes it be 12 o'clock at night. I roll over, be like, "Oh, let me do this. Let me take a couple minutes real quick, man."
Exactly. It'd be the same thing, bro. I wake up 2 o'clock in the morning. I was breaking. All right, cool. I gotta post that.
Exactly.
Sometimes you like it. You know, whether you got a shorty or that could be a problem. They see you roll over and get but it's about the business, about the grind. You don't put in the dedication. You don't put that time in. If you over here sleeping, I guarantee somebody else is waking up at 2, 3 in the morning grinding. So you don't want to miss that. You don't want to miss that, bro. You know what I'm saying?
That's why I had to show my wife sometimes. Like, I'm just working.
Yeah, that's it.
We'll sit, I talk. You know what I'm saying? I have to do something real quick, or even at work. My little drop-offs, in between drop-offs, I see like, oh, snap, I got to let me pull over and take this little 2 minutes real quick, for real, man. And post it, man. I got to stay up, man. I got to stay up with the times.
You got to be current. You have to be current because, I remember when I started the page, I think, going back to your question, if I had a goal, the goal for the IG page was to be like a source, right? So instead of people going to ESPN, they going to Woj, they can be able to go to my page and get the same information with my spin on it. You know what I'm saying? And, a lot of people have hit me up and they were like, yo, your page is dope because I get all my information from you. You know what I'm saying? I don't even worry about, ESPN, Bleacher Report, or whatever it is. Like, I can get the same information from your page.
That's a fact, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And that's what I was trying to create with the page. You know what I'm saying?
ESPN.
Yeah,
that's
bro.
What I'm saying,
just being a source. You know what I'm saying? And that's cool in itself.
And you gotta think. A lot of people fire TV. Nobody watch TV. They be on the gram. They be on the gram more than they watch TV.
More than they watch TV. Exactly.
So they see All Even or Fan Podcast.
Right.
Post something. They're like, oh snap. You know what I'm saying? They get their news from there. Like you said, they source. You know what I'm saying? So definitely, that's what you gotta do. Stay on top of it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, man. That's why I love the IG page that y'all have, man. It's very current.
Listen, man, you gotta stay on it. Yeah.
That'd be on right there.
Yeah, listen.
On it. And when it comes to like the videos and the intro stuff, that's me. But the rest, that's all him.
Yeah, that's a good balance though. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Listen, I try to pull my weight, man. Like I said, this is my first social media, anything. Like this is the only thing I got. Like I don't got no social media.
Yeah, bro. I was
That's why I let him rock. That's why I let him rock. Like, yeah, go ahead and learn.
I was off the grid, bro. Like I didn't know what a DM was. I heard. I'm like, but I didn't know how none of this shit worked.
Listen, I'm still learning.
Yeah,
I'm still learning, man.
Still learning, bro.
I'm still learning. You know what I'm saying?
It's all good, man. It's been a fun journey so far. Like I started in July of last year.
Yeah, very recent. I seen that.
Like, you do 2 weeks. You do 2 weeks, right? And you do it live, right?
Yeah, I do 2 a week. I do 2 a week, 2 podcasts a week. So I used to do it Mondays and Fridays. Now I do it Tuesdays and Saturdays. I do a live on Wednesdays. And now I got the All Even Live exclusive show on Thursdays.
Hey, working.
So,
where can the people find all of them though? Because I know you on everything.
No, I'm on everything, bro. I'm on every streaming platform, bro. I'm on Spotify. I'm on Anchor. I'm on all that. I'm on Google Podcasts, Apple Podcasts, Breaker, all that shit, man. I'm on all my stuff. All my stuff is on YouTube.
Are you pretty new to YouTube, or you been posting on YouTube?
Nah, man. I started all of this stuff at the same time. Yeah.
Is there? How much is the difference between just the straight audio and the YouTube video? Like, have you know? Because we've been supposed to go to audio. I've been slacking on that one. I ain't gonna lie. But we're gonna get on there very soon. I've just been wondering, like, they said it's a whole different audience. Like,
I mean, I don't know. I don't know because like I haven't like I don't do a show like you guys do here. You know what I'm saying? Like I would love to do that, but we haven't graduated to that. Maybe we think of something and probably get that going. But with the just straight audio, I don't know. I think it's just easier for me. You know what I'm saying? Just to do that. You know what I mean? But in the business that we're in, visual is where to go. You know what I'm saying? Okay. But giving them another option to be able to just have the audio is good. Right. So, keep this, but also give them the audio version of it so you can be able to put that shit on every platform you want to. You know what I mean? And then you out there even more. You out there even more. So, yeah, definitely.
That's definitely the plan.
Yeah. Like you said, we learning and growing every day. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, man. Yeah. Like it's, I started off, I went the other way. I started off audio and now I'm starting to do more visual stuff. Even on I completely forgot. I have a new show too on Saturdays. I don't know if you peeped it, John, but I have it. I do a interview on Saturdays on IG or Zoom with like creators on Instagram. Like, dudes that got like small businesses or, you were created just like me. Like
you did the cigar dude? That's when you had the cigar dude?
Yeah, cigar dude, and I did it with Ryan Flowers last week.
Yeah, I've seen that on YouTube.
Yeah, so like, you know what I'm saying? Like that's another thing that I'm doing. Try to give people, just networking, creating, just, see what the backstory is and what you're doing and, just kind of collab with that. You know what I'm saying? So
Jack, yeah, that's what we're doing here. Like I said, it's our first person that we don't know, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Fellow, podcaster, you know what I'm saying? And an inspiring person, you know what I'm saying, like us, you know what I'm saying?
Sure.
Gotta get into some sports, man.
Let's do it.
This is what we do, man.
Let's do it.
My first question, man, these NFL playoffs been crazy, man.
Playoffs been good, man.
But out of these two games that we got coming up, man, what's the most intriguing one? Because you got the GOAT versus the most talented, a lot of people say.
My favorite quarterback all the time.
His favorite quarterback. But then you got the young guns on the other side, and you got the feisty one, and you got the future GOAT in a lot of people's eyes.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I mean, the most interesting matchup to me, because the thing is, do we know if Pat Mahomes going to play? Like, he's in concussion protocol right now, so we don't know.
I think he's going to play.
They're going to pull some strings.
Hopefully he plays. He plays. But if he don't,
he's not going to be 100 though. He's not
right. If he don't clear, they're not going to try to swing that because that's a PR issue if they try to do that. But hopefully he clears. So we're gonna talk like he's cleared. I still think Brady versus Rodgers is the better matchup. You know what I'm saying? Like Brady versus Rodgers, that's big time, man. Like that's the GOAT, and that's my GOAT. Like Aaron Rodgers to me is the GOAT. You know what I'm saying? Like because
my favorite, man.
I've never seen a quarterback be talented in so many phases of the game, plus arm strength. He can rush, he can run. He can break down a defense. He can call it at the line of scrimmage. Everything that Aaron Rodgers does, it's just perfect. And the guy that reminds me of Aaron Rodgers is Patrick Mahomes. Mm-hmm. Pat Mahomes is more Aaron Rodgers than he is anybody else because of that arm talent. Just everything is just perfect. He can be able to throw in a dime, going across his body.
Yeah, that's what I'm about to say, like this.
Yeah, it's just like, so that's the most intriguing matchup to me. Bucks versus Packers. That's, Brady is trying to get to another Super Bowl, which is friggin' ridiculous.
What?
You know what I'm saying? Like, it don't even make sense. And Aaron Rodgers is trying to get back to the Super Bowl for the first time in a decade. You know what I'm saying?
Crazy. Yeah, that's crazy. That Tom Brady, like I said, 14 conference championships, man. That's crazy, man.
That's
crazy.
How about what you think about?
Like I said, I'm gonna go with the younger guns because I think that Tampa and Green Bay, they're just gonna hit like this, and it's gonna be a tight game, like low scoring. I don't think it's gonna be high. Everybody predicting high points and stuff like that. I think they in Green Bay in that cold, I think it's gonna be low scoring. I think it's gonna be fireworks in that Buffalo game because Buffalo be off and on and streaky with their defense. Like 1 week they look top 10, the other week they get torched. You know what I'm saying? So I think that's the most intriguing game to me. Like I said, the young guns going against each other. I know what the OG's gonna do. Yeah, I'm rooting for Rodgers though. Like I said, Rodgers is my favorite. You know what I'm saying? Quarterback of all time. Well, I like Dan Marino, and then it's Rodgers. You know what I'm saying? I'm a Dan Marino fan, and then Rodgers. But yeah, mine's is the young guns. I got the young guns.
Now, man, I respect it. What about you?
Me? Yeah, I'm gonna just keep the thing going. I'm gonna keep it all even. You know what I'm saying? It's all the game. It basically even though, like, you know, Brady versus Rodgers, that's a tough matchup. But like, you know, just to keep it a slight edge, I say, you know, you can't go against Brady. Like, it's hard to bet against him. The teams are way more even though than a lot of people. I know Tampa got the names, but Rodgers used his weapons like those names. Like,
oh yeah. Like, yo, the Rodgers Devontae combination is ridiculous. It's
to lead the league in touchdowns and you lose 3 games, like
OD.
So and with the young guns, I haven't seen KC turn it up yet. Like they turned it up last year. Like
true,
they've been iffy all year. I thought they was gonna turn it up last week, and even before Mahomes went out, they was looking shaky. So
think about it, bro. Like the last 5 weeks, they've looked shaky. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because the thing is, if y'all remember last year, the defense was okay throughout the year, but as the year got, on to the season, later in the season, they got better. Playoffs, they got better.
That's a fact.
This year, the defense ain't clicking like that. They're not as good. You know what I'm saying? You know, like Honey Badger, he's not taking the ball away like he was doing last year. You know, Clark is not getting the pass rush that he was getting last year. They're not getting the turnovers that they were getting last year. So that's why you're seeing them struggle a little bit more because they're not turning the ball over on defense.
Right.
So if they can't get to Allen, it's gonna be a problem. It's gonna be a problem because that boy is no bullshit. That boy nice.
I want to come out this weekend. I want to know who the real hunter. Who's really hunting? Is Tom Brady hunting the AFC East, or is the Bills about to avenge all them losses against Brady?
Listen, I didn't think about that. That's Super Bowl. Like Brady, look, he couldn't lead the AFC East. Literally, he go to the West and still get at the damn Super Bowl. That's like LeBron.
But could you imagine though, like say the Bills go against the Bucks, so Brady literally have to. That'd be a crazy storyline.
That's a crazy storyline. Like I said, that's like the LeBron effect. Everybody's like, the East don't got nobody. Now LeBron go West. Everybody come East. Like, what you want from the man? You know what I'm saying? What you want from the man? But like I said, KC, like I said in our previous podcast, KC was built to win last year because they won the close games.
Right.
And that's what they needed because they were blowing everybody out.
Yeah.
But as the team, like you said, as the defense grew, and they won them close games, that's why I knew they were going to win the Super Bowl.
Yep.
Like this year, like you said, towards the end of the year, they won close games. You know what I'm saying? They should have lost to Atlanta.
Yeah.
17-14. They should have lost to that. They beat New Orleans by 4. They beat Miami by 6. They barely beat Denver. Like, it was in close games. You know what I'm saying? Touchdown games. So
they ain't look the same as that.
But they ain't look.
Yeah, man. Like, sometimes, we can learn a lot from a team and a win. Like, how sometimes you hear, you can learn a lot from a loss, but you can actually learn a lot from a team when they actually win, because when you win like that, like think about the Steelers, right? Steelers was dogging everybody the first 10, 11 weeks of the season. Everybody, Steelers look like a Super Bowl team. They look like a Super Bowl team.
Until they hit the football team.
Right. And then the wheels came literally off the bus, right? They can't run the football no more. They can't do nothing. Every game is a dog fight. And now we see exactly what happened to them. So we actually learned a lot about the Steelers in their wins, is that they weren't as impressive as we thought they were, because they were winning games, but they weren't winning these games the way they should have been winning these games. Right. And now Kansas City starting to do the same thing. Like, they're winning games and not winning the games like they're supposed to be winning the games. You know what I'm saying? So
a fact, though, yeah.
I'm concerned about them, man. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Yeah. That's what we said too, as far as Pittsburgh. Like we saw them win, we respected it, but we was like,
and then they ran into a little football team.
They ran into the football team right here. You know what I'm saying? That definitely, you know what I mean, went the wrong way real quick, man. You know what I'm saying?
Facts.
I don't know. What you think? You think Big Ben gonna call it quits or not?
Nah, I heard it. He coming back. He coming back again for one more season, which is
I heard something like that, right? Yeah,
which is crazy. I mean, look, if you want to come back, cool. I think it kind of gives them another year to transition the way they want to. So say for this year, they draft a quarterback in maybe the second or third round, right?
Yeah, they drafted some quarterback this year. Sure.
They definitely gonna draft a quarterback this year. Right. So give that quarterback a year to learn behind Ben. Right. And then you can be able to tell Ben, listen, we're going to go in another direction. If you want to keep playing, hey, hit the free agent market and see what you can get. But we go in this direction. You know what I'm saying? So that's the best thing for them to do is let Ben stay there for the year. If you're going to coach up the kid or not, whatever, the kid's going to stay there and learn anyway. And then they get their new regime after Ben leaves.
Yeah. And Ben's still nice. I mean, 501. I know they're coming from behind, but 501 still 501.
He can still play, man. He can still play. But the problem is that with him, if we think about all the quarterbacks, right? Aaron Rodgers is 37 years old. Brady's 43. You saw Drew Brees, he's 42. But Ben is 38. You would think that Ben is 47 the way he looked.
No, fact.
He's old and he's beat up.
Beat up, wow. Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Beat up. His body has taken a beating throughout the years. Yeah. So how long can he actually go? Can he go another 2 years? Maybe if he has a great offensive line, but do you actually want to see him go another 2 years? I don't really want to see that.
Yeah, and that's the thing though. Like you said, I think talent-wise, like he still got it, but it's the grind. Yeah. Some people don't want to go through that preseason and that them 2 days and that grind. They don't want to go through that. Yeah, they don't want to go through that. So, like I said, same thing that you heard. I heard the same thing today that he planned on coming back. I think Drew Brees the same thing. I think he's gonna come back, man.
I don't think he's gonna come back.
Yeah, I think he's gonna come back.
His whole body broke. I don't know, man.
I think he's gonna come back, man.
I ain't gonna lie to you, bro. Like that game, what I saw out of that game was a quarterback that shot. He shot.
Oh, he definitely took a step back.
Yeah, because the thing is, like, if you think about it, he didn't complete one pass the entire game over 20 yards.
Yeah,
not one.
But he played banged up all year too, though. That's not.
He played banged up all year, right? So at the end of the day, it's like you're gonna come back again another year in a tough conference, a tough division, and be able to sustain that. Like, think about the last 2 years, Drew Brees has been hurt. Right. He's never really been hurt like that. Now he's starting to show his age. So it's like at this point, how much more do you want to play? Like, the Saints have been knocking on the door for being one of the best teams in the NFL for the past 5 years.
They've been knocking forever.
Right? Knocking forever.
They've been irrelevant. They've been about relevant for about 10 years. Like,
yeah, man. Like they've been real legit and like real contenders for like the last 5 years. So it's like, cool. How long are they gonna keep this up? Because for what I saw a quarterback that has no arm strength. I saw a quarterback that, like you said, banged up. Can I actually trust him next year to get through a season? And if he does not get through a season again next year, say he misses another 5 or 6 games, right? The organization now has to say to themselves, all right, cool. He missed 6 games this year. He missed 8 games last year. He missed 4 games or 6 games the other year. Like, at what point do we just say to him, nah, we're gonna if we're winning games with the quarterback that we have in, we're just gonna keep going with this quarterback. You know what I'm saying? Instead of going backwards and going back to him, nah, how about you sit and we're gonna ride this wave out? Because I can guarantee you, if Jameis Winston was in that game, possibly they win that game.
Because he got LASIK eye surgery, man.
You know what I'm saying? Like, sometimes it's not about how great you are. It's about what's around you. And Jameis has a good team around him that could have won that game. They really could have won that game had they made some good throws, but Brees was not making no throws at all. And that's how the bus came back in the game. You know what I'm saying?
Well, you took the words right out of my mouth. I was about to say, Jameis Winston about to come in there. He got LASIK eye surgery. He ready to go.
Yeah. I'm telling you, whether it's Jameis or they try somebody else, but I don't think Brees is the guy no more, man.
Yeah. Like I said, I like Jameis or whatever. Michael Thomas came out today where he said he played for Drew Brees because he figured this is last year.
Right.
He had the surgery, I think, on both knees or something like that.
Yeah,
So
he was shot all year. He was shot all year.
Yeah. So he said he'd been playing, like I said, just for Brees because it could be a great chance that this is last year for Drew Brees. That's why he played through injuries or whatever. So we'll see, though. Like I said, I'm 50-50 on Brees, and Big Ben coming back for sure.
Yeah. Nah, I'm with you.
Big Ben coming back for sure.
Final topic before we get going, man. The Brooklyn Nets. By the time this come out, you know what I'm saying, Kyrie probably be back playing, you know what I'm saying?
Playing tomorrow. He playing tomorrow.
Okay. Oh, it's confirmed? All right, cool.
Yeah, it's confirmed.
He came out today and apologized. How do you feel about all this chaos, I guess, organized chaos?
Man, listen.
What's your perspective? The Nets, every Thursday, 6:30.
Yes, sir. The Nets.
Like you love them and you hate them too. Like, ugh.
You know what it is, man? It's all right. I like KD. I think KD is one of the best players of all time, right?
Yeah.
I think Kyrie is one of the most talented players of all time. I think James Harden is probably one of the best.
Yeah, sample size, relatively.
You'll say it right. I think James Harden is one of the greatest scorers I've ever seen of all time. But what's missing here, right? Who's going to be the guy to sacrifice? Who's going to be the guy to take the step back? You see, when Boston had their big three, Paul Pierce took the step back. He said, KG, take the reins, be the defensive anchor. Ray Allen, do your thing. Ray Allen's like, no, I'm good. I'm gonna just do my thing. So they all sacrifice for each other, right? The Miami Heat, Dwayne Wade decided to sacrifice and say, we're gonna make Braun the man. Chris Bosh had to sacrifice his game more than any of the three. Mm-hmm. Like Chris Bosh was a 24-12 dude in Toronto.
He's getting busy.
He ended up having to be a spot up shooter that hit corner threes and rebounded in Miami. He played his role for the betterment of the franchise. Who's going to do that here?
Who you think?
You know what I'm saying?
I don't know, but listen.
I got the tape, but I don't know who you think.
But it's small, man. The small sample size, man. The boys looking good, man.
But it's only two of them. That's what I'm saying.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, I think, like I said, it's only one rock. So I think they better off. I mean, it's sad to say, talent-wise, you want Kyrie on the team, but talent-wise, man, like they got it. But when they got to play on that, it's one rock, man.
Yeah,
one rock. So we're gonna see who want to take that step back. I think they both take step backs as far as Kyrie and James Harden. And let KD have that show. You know what I'm saying? Get them 20 assists. It's like Harden triple-double, man. 30-something point triple-double. You know what I'm saying? I think him and Kyrie are going to do that. They're going to be like that Jason Kidd type, you know what I mean, in the back, like just dishing it.
I feel like it's just going to be whoever get the inbound is point guard for the possession.
All right, but all right, here's my question for y'all, though. If that's the case, right, why did Kyrie leave Cleveland? Why did Kyrie leave Boston?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's Kyrie.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
get him on the show, but
where I'm getting at with y'all is that he had the choice to play second fiddle or be a guy that bought in Cleveland, because LeBron wanted Kyrie to be the man in Cleveland. He was like, yo, I'm prepping this for when I leave. This is your
show.
Right. This is your show.
Or maybe that's why he took that Dennis Rodman break. maybe KD was like, yo, we bringing Harden. You're going to have to take that step back. And he was like, you know what? Let me take this break and let me gather myself.
That's a good point.
Come through and we're going to be straight.
That's a good point, man. We're going to see. But the thing is like in Boston, he wasn't a leader that they needed. So now he's going to come here and now you're going to blend with two other guys that, like, you know, Harden has never been a team guy like that. Durant knows how to be a team guy because he doesn't need the basketball to score.
Be quiet and sit back. Like, I'm gonna shoot this three.
It's a tough dynamic. Listen, offensively, they're a problem, right? Like they're gonna be fun to watch. But I'm telling you, defensively, they can't stop a nosebleed. That bench is suspect. DeAndre Jordan, he's not the guy that they want, that they need him to be. So when I'm looking at the Nets going against a team like Milwaukee in the playoffs, they going against a team like if they get to the finals and buck up on the Lakers or they buck up on the Clippers, I don't really see that they have a legit shot to win in a 7-game series. They may get there, but to beat the Lakers, I don't see that.
Because they beat the Bucks on a buzzer beater, basically, right? And Giannis only took like one shot the whole fourth quarter.
Listen, though. That's what I'm saying. But when you have a great team, man, that's when everybody steps up. Because like last night, KD was I ain't gonna say locking them up, but he was playing more defense on Giannis, and James Harden was playing more defense. So everybody's gonna get more effort because they see what's ahead of them. What's the opportunity they got?
In their back.
You know what I'm saying? You got three of the top 15 players on your team. Literally 2 top 10s. I put Harden and KD top 10.
Yeah, I'm with you.
And then Kyrie in that top 15. It depends what Kyrie you getting.
I'm with you.
I'm saying. So you got them, like I said, they're all gonna play together, I believe. And like I said, team ball. And like I said, they see the bigger picture. I think the only matchup I don't think they got, like I said, the Lakers, because you're gonna have KD on AD, like that's not gonna work. You know what I'm saying? So they gotta learn. Steve Nash gotta learn real quick and do some type of zone and get on them. Like, you know what I'm saying? For real. Like that's how they gotta play. Cause like you said, DeAndre Jordan is straight, like he a rim protector, but you put him against, like he can't check Giannis if they go smaller, you know what I'm saying? Like, so it's not gonna work that way.
I'm just, I'm a basketball, like I analyze everything for the game. Like I analyze like the inner workings, and it's like they had a better team before the trade. And the thing is, when you in regards to winning a championship, there's 2 things you need. You need a good bench, because you need those guys to be ready when you call them in the playoffs, because they may play 5 minutes, they may play a crucial 10 minutes, but you're gonna need that in some series, right? So you prep them throughout the year to get them ready. Right. They had a deep team that they can be able to really, kind of prep these dudes for the bigger challenge, right? Right. The second thing is chemistry. Chemistry wins championships. It ain't about talent, because we saw it last year. The Lakers had the best chemistry in the NBA. Right. They weren't the most talented team.
Nah, Clippers had that.
You can say the Clippers were the most talented team.
Clippers had that, absolutely.
Right. But what didn't the Clippers have? Chemistry.
They didn't play together all year.
They didn't want to play together. They didn't like each other. Like Montrezl Harrell wasn't messing with them. You know what I'm saying? Lou Williams didn't want to be in the bubble. Paul George was going through his mental issues. So it's like you had all of these parts that just didn't fit.
Right. Facts.
Now, you got these 3 great players. Okay, cool. Talent-wise, it's off the charts. But does it fit on the court at the same time? We saw what James Harden and KD looks like, because we saw that back in OKC. Right. We know that Harden can be able to be the point guard on that team, because when they were younger, Harden was the guy that was the setup man. Remember, Westbrook wasn't Mr. Triple-Double back then. He was playing off the ball, and KD was playing off the ball. Harden had the ball in his hand, and he was setting everybody up. Right. So we know that Harden can be a point guard. He's a better passer than Kyrie is. He's a better point guard than Kyrie is. So that's my issue, is that when they're all 3 of them on the court together, where is Kyrie going to play? Where is he going to feel comfortable? He doesn't move well without the basketball. James Harden doesn't move well without the basketball. So when either of them have the ball in their hands, the offense is going to be very stagnant. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? And if they're not scoring points, they're giving up points.
Right. But like I said, you see that bigger picture, man. We want to play a little harder, you know what I'm saying?
Maybe.
It's like you said.
Yeah.
It's like you've seen lately, like I said, Harden, I mean, it's only 2 games. You see Harden playing a little more defense.
4 games under 20. Now he got 230 clips. Right. Easy.
That's what I'm saying. KD make 30 look easy too. You know what I'm saying?
KD's a walking bucket, man.
So you got to think, like I said, to break down for real quick. It's like you were saying the other day, like the buyout market, like veterans are going to come to Brooklyn regardless. Whether we like it or not.
No.
They're going to go. They're gonna go for sure. Between that and the Lakers got too many people. Y'all need nobody else, man. We're Lakers fan. Y'all need nobody else.
We need more, man. We need McGee back. We need
that's like I said. Yeah. Like
I'm a Heat fan.
Y'all don't need nothing. Y'all good.
Nah, we need a lot.
I'm a Bulls fan, so we working.
Y'all need a lot.
we working. Yeah, we working. Levine up there.
They need Jordan back. Man.
Now Levine doing his thing. Though. He third in the league overall in scoring. Like
Kobe White talented.
Yeah, Kobe White. All right. I'm still the verdict out on him, but we coming though. But like I said, I see the buyout market and like free agency, like around that trade deadline. They're gonna come. They're gonna come over there, and by playoff time, they're gonna be ready.
I would love to see it, man. I want to see if the Nets can get to the finals. My finals pick right now, and I'm still gonna hold it. It's not gonna change for me, even though they got this nice big top circus in Brooklyn right now. That's what I call big top Nets. Is still the Bucks and the Lakers. I still think I have confidence that Giannis is going to be able to get it done this year. You know what I'm saying?
Holiday over there right now.
Yeah. That's what I got. That's my pick. Bucks and Lakers. I think the Bucks and trade. I think they're going to go all in the trading deadline again.
Yeah,
you know I'm saying. I know they did in the offseason, got Drew Holiday, but I think they're going to make a big splash in the.
And that's the thing.
I'm a Heat fan, but I'm gonna rock with your boys from last year. I think Philly got a chance too with Doc Rivers.
Philly's all right, man. Philly's talented, but
they got Seth Curry over there too.
Yeah.
Here's the problem with Philly. Just like what you were saying, is Doc Rivers. Doc Rivers is the problem.
Oh, you think he's okay?
When the games get tight, that collar start to get a little tight for son. You know what I mean? Like you start to make a lot of mistakes.
Okay. You know you go back to Orlando, T-Mac.
Exactly, man.
The next round feel good. T-Mac was talking all that junk when he was in Orlando. Yeah, the next round feel good. Up 3-1. I think Detroit came back on him. You know what I'm saying? So.
He's the only coach in NBA history to have what? How many 3-1 collapses?
I think two.
Bro, it's
2 or 3.
Nah, I think it's 3 because he got that Orlando.
Yeah, 2 with the Clippers and 1 with Orlando.
Okay, there you go. That's 3.
So,
them Clippers team, Blake Griffin, DeAndre Jordan, Chris Paul, like I'm supposed to win.
Yeah, man. They just
at least one championship, man. That team.
They had a ton of injuries, and the other thing too, they didn't like each other.
Yeah, towards the end, Blake Griffin and Chris Brown. Blake Griffin, Chris Brown. Because Blake Griffin blew up so quick. That's what happened.
I might have to look out for that then, because that's what happened last year with the Clippers too. Like they didn't nobody like each other.
It's in the water over there, man. It's in the basement. They in the basement with that dehumidifier, man. They can't concentrate. They can't.
Yeah. That's why I say I'm
in the basement.
Yeah, that's why I'm 50-50 with Kawhi, man. Like I said, Paul George took that money. He was like, I'm gonna take this check. Clippers was like, you know what? We don't want both of y'all to leave. So here go this check.
I honestly am with you. I think Paul George is locked in there. I think Kawhi leaves, man.
Yeah, I think
Kawhi dips.
Yeah, I think it's 50-50 for Kawhi. You know what I'm saying? Wherever he goes, I think it's 50-50.
Go to the Heat, play with Butler.
Yo, that might not be a bad look, man. Honestly,
he's leaving his option open. You know what I'm saying? Leaving his option open. He's gonna see out LA. He wanted LA so bad, LA town, he's from LA, but sometimes it ain't good to go home, man.
Sometimes it ain't worth it, man. You see what happened to Marbury?
What? Got a $20 million buyout.
So they say if you really want to grow, you got to get out your city, though.
Facts.
Hey. All right, so one last one real quick, right before we go. The big news of the week is for football is Deshaun Watson. What's up? What you think, man? What you think, man? What you think is gonna happen? What's your perspective? Fan perspective every Thursday, 6:00. You know what I'm saying? Gotta always put in that plug. But what's your perspective on the Houston organization, right, itself? And do you think Deshaun will be there next year?
All right, let's talk about the Houston organization itself. They've done a lot of nonsense, right? They've done a lot of BS. They've made a ton of mistakes, giving Bill O'Brien full autonomy, giving him the head coach and GM duties was a mistake, right? Mm-hmm. We all know that. Now they try to, they're trying to clean things up. And the one thing about an organization for me is that they don't necessarily have to come out and have a statement and say, hey, we fucked up, we're trying to make it better. But if you see them trying, like they're making moves to get back to a certain level of competence, right? I think that's what they're trying to do. Right. They hired a GM. Now they're like, okay, cool. Let's go ahead and have the GM hire the head coach so we can have Deshaun have a good team going forward, because we're not trying to make the same mistake giving a coach that don't know what the hell he's doing, signing players and trading players, all that power. So my thing is like, okay, cool. He's mad. He wants out of Houston, but you're a franchise quarterback. You can't behave like this. Can't behave like this, bro. Like, all right, they made a mistake, but they're trying to correct it. You took the bread. You're here as the franchise guy. Like, think about it. J.J. Watt has been here for a while, right?
Trying to get out.
You don't think J.J. Watt is going home talking to his wife like, yo, I'm fed up. I need out of here, right? Yeah. But he's a professional. He understands the business. You know what I'm saying? Like, for me, Deshaun is a little sensitive right now, and I think he just needs to cool out, give them a chance to figure it out. Because what if they hire Eric Bieniemy, the offensive coordinator for KC?
They're about to hire him.
That's what I'm thinking. So it's like, how bad can it be if you giving a black dude a chance to be the head coach, and then you can be able to get some other pieces in here and then figure it out? Like, Deshaun had a bad team last year, and he still led the league in passing. Was second in the league in passer rating. So
a bunch of close games.
Since he came into the league, he's been matching Mahomes.
Right. They lost a lot of close games. So how bad are they really? They're not. I don't think that they're that far away. They're not that far away. So I just think that he's overreacting. I think that he's overreacting, and I think he should give them a chance to be able to correct themselves. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I think when I was on your live for a quick second, we was talking about like a James Harden thing.
Yeah.
As far as like giving them enough power, I think you're supposed to give your franchise, like I said, you're supposed to give your franchise player a little input on every game.
Yeah, of course.
You know what I'm saying? At least have them in the building, at least meeting with the future coach or GM or whoever. Have a little input. They don't got to be the last straw or whatever. You know what I mean? And he making the calls, but at least have his input. Like, what you think, Deshaun or whatever. And that's the only thing I had with it is like, they say yeah, but then it was like, all right, whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like, we heard you, like somebody give you a mixtape. Yeah, we got a mixtape. Yeah, we heard it. It sounds all right. You know what I'm saying? Like one of those they did to him.
Frisbee and shit, right?
Yeah, Frisbee that motherfucker for real. A cup holder or something and shit. But, yeah, so I think you got to listen to your franchise quarterback, you know what I'm saying? And also, I don't think he did or is doing anything to tarnish his name. Because all he did was say to sources or whatever that he wasn't like, you know what I'm saying? He was upset. And he also said, oh, I was a 2, but now I'm a 10. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but I don't know if you heard the other one that said that he hasn't been answering their calls. So they've been blowing his phone up, but he's not calling back.
Listen, he's doing Harden. While the iron's hot and the opportunity
in the same city.
Exactly. While the iron's hot, and he going see. And it makes sense because Harden went to Brooklyn. You know, Watson, come to New York. Come to New York.
That's
come to New York for the second pick, right?
All right.
We got picks. We got picks.
Peep this. This is a question I want to ask you since you're a Jets fan.
Yes, sir.
If they go ahead and trade for Watson, right?
Yep.
You know what you got to trade. You got to give up a haul to get him, right? Yep. You got to give up a massive amount of picks.
Yeah.
Is that the smartest thing to do, knowing how many holes y'all got to fill? Because if you go ahead and keep the pick, you can be able to keep Darnold, get a ton of talent in this draft, and then get some more talent in free agency. I'm just saying.
Listen, no.
That option right there is just better to me.
No, listen, that's what I'm saying. No, I agree. Far as like
Darnold.
No, that's what I'm saying. I like Darnold. I think if we, like you said, if we draft right, because just drafting don't mean nothing unless you don't draft the right person. You know what I'm saying? You can have a million draft picks.
Don't matter.
They don't hit. You know what I'm saying? They don't hit. A lot of that happens every year, like especially for the Jets, especially our last like 10 years, between like 10 and 20, them draft picks haven't hit. Those just haven't hit for us. You know what I'm saying?
Yep. Joe Namath. Yeah, I ain't hit.
No, I'm talking about draft picks. Like I said, we hit last year. Like we hit in the draft, though.
Yeah. Joe Douglas had a good draft last year.
Yeah. We hit in the draft, you know what I mean? But I think you got to do it far as because it starts from, first of all, from the GM, like he said, Joe Douglas. Because we traded Jamal Adams, right?
Right.
We got 2 Seattles.
I don't know how the hell they swung that deal, man. But that was
2
great.
Seattles first picks, not thinking like a third, right?
Crazy.
So technically, we got 5 first-round picks in the next 3 years.
Right.
So what they're saying is give up 3 and maybe Darnold and get Deshaun. If you know you got a franchise quarterback, you got to do it. After that, it works itself out. It works itself out because Deshaun Watson, what he was working with this year?
Basically nothing.
Exactly. What are their defense? JJ Watt. He old. He going with his brother this year to Pittsburgh. He's gonna join Pittsburgh.
That'd be crazy.
He's gonna be the third Watt over there for real. That's what's gonna happen because he's leaving. And like I said, you build from there. Like I said, Deshaun's 25 years old. So say this year we'll be okay. Then we can build. We got the second amount money in salary cap. So we can just build, you know what I'm saying? Like we got young core pieces on defense. Williams, May out there. Like I said, we got Beckham last year for the tackle. And like I said, we still end up keeping like say that mid-round, first round. And we still got second round picks.
Go over there.
That's what I'm saying. Deshaun he's gonna make people better.
What about this angle though? Like I look at it because I'm old school. You know what I'm saying? Like the way I look at it is all right, cool. Organizations, they go through their flux periods, right? Absolutely. Because Houston, a couple years back, if we think about it, they weren't that bad.
Yeah.
So how did they go from being a pretty decent team, making the playoffs, to now they're a trash organization, they're a bad team? Like something had to change, and maybe they're just in a flux period where they just need to kind of like reset.
Right.
But my thing is, this is my comparison. John Elway got drafted by the Broncos.
Yep.
Broncos was trash. It was trash, but he was like, yo, you know what? I'm the quarterback. I'm going to make sure that I'm here, and I'm just going to work with what I got. Yeah, absolutely. I'm not happy, but I'm going to get this team to the Super Bowl. He got the 5 Super Bowls. He got the 3 Super Bowls before they were actually good.
That's a fact.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like when I look at Watson, he has that type of talent where he can bring an organization and really elevate that organization. He has that type of talent. So it's like, I want him to just stay where he's at, man. I don't like to see 25 quarterbacks.
Come on to New York, baby. Green Apple. Big Apple, baby.
If you're gonna go somewhere, go to the Jets. Go to the Jets.
Thank you. That's all I want to hear. At the end of the day, just come to New York. Like I said, we got the draft capital. He makes everyone better. It's in New York. He's a good dude. He did his thing in Houston. I don't give all the bad credit to O'Brien because, like you said, he had all that power, but Cleveland was good last year.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? They drafted good. That's what I'm saying. Houston was good last year. Like he had all that power, but once he made that Hopkins trade,
that was a wrap.
People got on his head.
Right.
You gave up that first round pick for Tunzel and made Tunzel the highest paid lineman ever.
And got a hurt running back.
What did he get for Hopkins? He got like a second or a third or some shit like that?
And a hurt.
You got David Johnson, like a second and like a fourth.
Arguably the best receiver in the league.
He ain't even get no first. Like you got to at least get a first or two.
Yeah, he was in his feelings.
If Amari Cooper if Dallas gave up 1 first round draft pick for Amari Cooper, 2, and we got 2 for Jamal Adams, you ain't gonna get at least 2 for arguably, like you said, best hands in the league,
right?
At least top 3 overall receiver, and you're not gonna get a number 1. That's where O'Brien messed up though.
He was in his feelings out there, but that's my point.
Too much power, right?
He traded Hopkins. And then what happened after that? Watson signed the bag. He got the bag after that. It wasn't like Watson signed before the Hopkins trade. He took the bag.
He had to. We're like, here. We know, right? We know we made a mistake, but you know what? Here's his bag. Sign his contract.
He said, "Listen, I'm gonna take this money, but now I want out of here." You know what I mean?
Like I said, come on, New York. Come on, New York. Make it happen.
I get it because, like, we saw. Dak Prescott get hurt. We saw Dak Prescott get hurt. He should have took the bag because he would have had that security. I think Watson kind of looked at it the same way, like, all right, let me secure my bag because if I do get hurt, at least I got this insurance money coming in. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
So I see both sides of it. You know what I'm saying? So I want a resolution to happen either way quickly.
That's what I'm about to say.
Repair the relationship with Houston or just send them off. Like, don't have to play out for the next 4 or 5 months. It don't make no sense.
Right. That's what I say. I wanted to have it quickly. Like, I know the draft is in April, but like I say, you don't want them to drag. You know what I'm saying? Meet with them. Be like, listen, before any other news or whatever comes out, let's talk. Do you want to be here? If you don't, we're going to, grant your wishes because you got no trade clause. That's the first time I heard of that in the NFL.
Yeah.
Like he got no trade. Like he decide what team to get traded to. That's
they done back themselves into a corner with that one, man.
Right. And he was thinking out the box. Whoever's agent is, salute to him.
Whoever's agent is the money man right there. Money man.
That's a fact. So you know what I'm saying? Like I said, resolve it quickly. I don't want it to drag on. I'm saying get my hopes up. You know what I mean? As a Jets fan. You know what I mean? Everyone else that's involved that want to, you know, because it's a franchise changing trade. You know, whoever gets him. Yeah. For Houston, it's the same thing. You know what I'm saying? So we'll see, though. You know what I'm saying? Definitely.
But yo, man, appreciate you, man, coming on the podcast.
Yes, sir. Thanks for having me, man.
Episode 61, man. It's your boy Henny Dre.
John.
Yo, it's Barry from the All Even Podcast, man.
You know what I'm saying? This is the fan perspective. And we out.
Peace.